Here's the belt. Okay, got out of the shower, walked over to the counter, and can you see it? I was like, oh, I've seen some of you do this the opposite, where the exterior fabric wraps around, but not where this is on top. And my husband's looking at me like, oh no, I see what's going on here. And I'm like, oh, moment of brilliance. So this is what I'm going to show you today. And I have a few ideas. I've already cut out some vinyl. And as you can see, this is done with leather and some canvas. Now, I've got some waterproof canvas. I do have some leather. I mean, think of the variations. We could do it with cork, waterproof canvas. Here's the deal. This is only single layer. You don't have to do any turning under. My issue with the pieces that are turned over and under is, I mean, I've been sewing a long time and I've tried it, and I am such a perfectionist that if these lines are not precise, I will throw those straps away. And I do not like seeing it unless it's precise. So that's what I'm playing with, and I tried it yesterday and it worked out really well for me. So I'm also gonna play with the ends of it, where we actually connect it to the rings and to the connectors. So we're gonna have some fun today, and let's get going. Without further ado, here we go. Okay, here we have 3 straps that I've cut. I am going to have the materials in the description box. So the top one is vinyl, and then the webbing, and then the top piece, which is also vinyl. The webbing I get like this from Amazon, and this piece of vinyl is cut about 2 inches. You may want to go like 2 1/8, but 2 inches should make it. The webbing is 1 inch, and this piece for the top has to be 3/4 of an inch, and it has to be cut precisely. And I cut it with the rotary cutter, okay? This is why it has to be exactly precise. It can't be uneven, and it's so important because you're not folding it under, and that's why I like this. I don't like the bulk of folding it under, and it's really clean, okay? And then my second one is waterproof canvas. That this gives the appearance like the belt that I was showing you. So this is the waterproof canvas. Then again, the webbing is underneath this as stabilizer. The top piece is vinyl. You could do this with leather, and I may do, you know, in the future, you're probably gonna see one of my belt straps with leather, and again, another one with a textured vinyl, and this looks just like leather. I really like this stuff. And the webbing, and then a really cool metallic vinyl. But you see how precisely it has to be cut. So this is how I'm cutting it. I've got an Omni gridded ruler with a suction handle on it. Has to be cut flat and hold it hard. I've had this rotary cutter forever with a fresh blade. I buy my blades in bulk from Amazon. Like, I think they come 5 in a pack. Cheap, cheap, cheap. Setting the ruler down, and that's the way I'm doing it. All right, so I'm going to take it to the next step, which is placing the double-sided tape. Okay, so now what I have is I've drawn a line down the center at about the 1-inch mark of my larger piece, and then I put 1/2 inch double-sided tape down the center. I get my double-sided tape from Wawac. And then I also put 1/2 inch double-sided tape down the center of one side of the webbing, and I kept the other side open. So I am going to take the paper backing off this. The side without the tape, I'm going to put down the center of this, like so. Take the paper off this. And now I am going to turn this and press it and stretch it along this webbing. Make sure it presses flat. What you want is the back side to be taut. And now I'm trying to pull this and meet these pieces as close as I can so they meet in the center. If they don't meet, that's okay, but you should get them to stretch as much as you can so that they meet in the center. Mine are probably not going to meet perfectly, but that's okay. Just do your best. Mostly what I'm aiming for is for it to be even. Okay. So this is what I have right now. All right. So this is going to be your back. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 1/4 inch double-sided tape, and I'm going to lay it right down the center, like so. Right down that center section. Okay, this is where the next step is going to be to lay this centered, perfectly centered after we take the paper off. All right, now, however you all do this, I can eyeball it. Some of you may need to mark it with a marker, a leather marker, but I don't know. I can eyeball it. Remove the paper. I've got it well lit in here. So I'm pretty much just going to eyeball this, press this down on the double-sided tape, and center. And place it center. This is going to be super important to get it centered. Watch me not centered. But I can pretty much eyeball it. You'll know it when you go to stitch it from your edge foot, which you can always correct it by moving this piece. All right. So there we have it. We have it placed right now. Okay. So the next step will be to stitch it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do this for this piece, and I think I might do it for the other vinyl piece. haven't decided. I'm going to do this piece for this piece and one of the other pieces. And I'm going to see if I can't sew one of these pieces on the domestic for all you that own a domestic machine as well. So I'll be back. All right. I am finally at the machine here. I have my stitch length on 5. And I'm working on my 1541, and I believe this is bonded poly, and I believe it's like Tech 69. Size, I want to say size 16 needle. And I am going to stitch right along the edge. I am not going 1/8 of an inch in. I'm probably going to use, I have a regular standard foot here. I'm probably going to use the side of the foot along the side, whoops, I'm going too far, side of this strap. I'm gonna see how close that gets. Yeah, that gets really close if I use that as my gauge. Yeah, I'm probably going to use that, and it looks like I've got it lined up pretty close here. So when I start off, I always put my foot in first, hang on to the tails. Let's see what we got here. And it would help if I turn the machine on. How many of you do that? Get going and you don't have your machine on? Yeah. So it's gonna be like I'm using that as my gauge so long as I laid my centerpiece perfectly symmetrical, which that's never guaranteed. But it looks pretty good here. So, oh, it's just really good. It's right on the money. Really good. I'm not gonna make you sit here and watch me stitch this whole thing, but it is so close to the edge, so close to the edge. And that's what you want. You want it to be right on that edge without going off. That's gonna be key. You don't want it to go off the edge. Now see, now it's coming in a bit. It's not, I can't really use that as the gauge, so I just have to really watch to make sure my foot is coming in. That's why you have to go slow and steady. Yeah, it's coming right in, so I can't really use the foot on the edge anymore. You have to really make sure that you're coming in and you can't go off the edge. Yep. Yeah, looks good. This reminds me of the white bag I did that was a modified Lola, where I stitched the detailing strap down the front right along the edge. Same story. Okay, I'll be back. I want to finish this one, and then I'm going to sew another strap on this machine and show you also. Okay, so now I'm working on this second vinyl strap. And just a heads up, on the last strap, I said I was working with a size 20 needle. I mean a size 16 needle. I was actually working with a size 20 needle. And as my luck would have it, on this strap, I didn't have any bonded nylon that would match this vinyl. So I'm using Gutermann Mara 70 buttonhole thread, and this is a size 16 needle. So yeah, so far so good. So far so good. So Yeah, I'm liking it. So that's what this looks like here. I'm gonna finish this one up, and we're either gonna do the last one on my domestic machine, or if that doesn't work, I'll do it on this machine. I'll be back. Okay, I hope you can see what I'm doing here. Let me move the camera a bit. Oh Lord. Here we go. I am, let's see where you are. There you go. I'm doing this on a Juki 2010Q. It is hard to show you. There we go. I'm gonna, I'm telling you, this is going really smoothly on this machine. I've got this little 1/8 inch zipper foot on this thing. And it is going really well. I got the stitch length on 5. I have Gutermann Mara 70 thread. And I can't move this camera because I've got it all set up, but I've got the, maybe I can take a picture of this and insert it, maybe not, but I've got the pressure set at 1, 2, it's like the 3rd notch down. The tension is set on 2, and it is working beautifully. I got a Microtex 90 needle in it. It's just doing really well, and I can run this 1/8 inch foot and use it as a guide right along the edge. It's actually doing better than my industrial. I don't want to speak too soon, you know how that is. But I can use this guide foot beautifully. You know, I have, just to chat with you, I have an edge foot for my industrial machines, and a 1/4 inch edge foot, and it fits really well on my Thor, my cylinder machine, but not so well, not at all yet, on my, on my, my 1541. So I haven't been able to make that work yet. Look at this. Can you see this? That's beautiful. So for those of you who own a domestic machine, I want to encourage you to do this strap on your domestic. This is with the canvas, waterproof canvas back, and the vinyl on the front. Oh my gosh, I'm going to do this on the other one, on this machine moving forward. This was easy to do. Beautiful. I don't know if you, gosh, I hope, I can't see in this how well this looks. I mean, I can't see the camera, but this came out beautiful. So yeah, I'm gonna finish this up and I'll get back to you. I had a blast making these straps. Here's this vinyl one. Here's this vinyl one. In this one, I have some thoughts on this. Using your smoother vinyl for the larger, the backing and the rougher vinyl up front may be preferable. Just my thoughts on this. I'm not crazy about having this smooth in front, but that's just me. And then here's the waterproof canvas with the vinyl in the front, and then I just put the clip on the end to give you an idea. I love it. I'm gonna be using this. It was not hard at all to create. Now, keep in mind, some vinyls are thicker than it, like this vinyl. Here's a little bit heavier. So the only thing is when you turn them here, you just have to keep in mind, like this was really thin for putting the rivet in. I've got some ideas, like instead of turning it and then riveting it, You could do tabs, and just create a tab to connect. And we can talk about that. If you are interested, I can do a video on just doing a tab end, and that way you're not doubling this. That's another video in itself. So, yeah, so I'm really pleased. Really pleased. You're gonna be seeing this on my bags come in now in the future. But just remember that it's so important to get this cut properly, and you can do it on your domestic like I did on this. It actually was easier to get a straight line. It really was. So yeah, I hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you next time.